Okay, this is the second video in my series of best bases around right now, in where I try and find great bases and have a quick review of why I think they might be going well. Today we're going to focus on an Aussie player called Enzo from BigRocks. You can see that the guy's pretty active, 280 attack wins, pretty impressive, but 60 defense wins, and he's running at 4,184 cuts. So that's just an insane base and something we've got to have a bit more of a look at. So let's dive in and have a look, shall we? So the first thing you notice about this base is he's running a strategy which I've seen before of really heavily centered range defense, and this is sort of range and air defense. So like I've seen that work really well before on where there's a bottom square, because if you come from this side, if you've got Telses in front of your town hall, you've got the range coming through at the back, you've got the Infernos from the side, you're copying massive damage in this section of the base. And he's actually put, he's got his buildings very closely clustered in this front pocket. And what that means is the buildings are like, the ground attack is likely to zigzag from building to building, and the range defense building to building according to what's closest, while it's copping really heavy fire from the Infernos and the Arch Towers and the Telses. So because of the way he sort of zigzagged the placements here, it won't easily just retarget to the middle. It'll tend to run along the pocket. So that's a really clever piece of design. I'm guessing he's got one or two Telses, or could have all four Telses in here, or he might have put two Telses wide here. He might have put some bombs in here. So he's got his four Telses probably spread across here. As for where he's put his bombs, it's hard to say how he split them up, but you know, you could easily see that in this section here you're copying really heavy damage. What I like about this is he's put his two bows in this section, so they're some of your highest hit point buildings. So you know, when they're trying to hit these really high hit point buildings, you're under massive fire from your Infernos, from lots of air, and also from all the Archer Towers. Now, in terms of his CC on this base, let's have a look. So the CC is hard to lure, but not unlurable. I don't know why I haven't gone for unlurable. He's got I'd probably swap the cannon and the hut, because there's an easy lure to the cannon here. Mind you, the mortar dies so quickly, it's probably an easy lure up here. Presumably he's got some air bombs and stuff up here to protect the obvious, like, balloon lure or something like that. Here's something about the base that's interesting. He's running a trap which I quite like. Now this is a loon trap. So if you can route your loons to come and center on this bow, so then you've got both whiz towers hitting the loons while they're hitting the bow. The bow's got really heavy hit points, and you can put a lot of damage on loons if you run that type of trap. The shame about what he's done is if someone drops a dog here and here, the dog will draw the whiz tower fire, and so the trap won't quite work. But there's a possible mod to this base, which if you put that air defense out of whiz tower range, so the hound goes here, the hound goes here, you've actually got a really cool trap here. If you moved your cannons up here, the loons would focus on the mortar and come down here, and then you've got your two Archer Towers on the bow, and it's quite a cool balloon trap, which I know is pretty effective. Good work there. He's not really running that, but he will get some value for loons coming to hit the whiz tower. But I'm thinking that people probably drop hounds, and he probably doesn't quite work that way. In terms of his Infernos, I'm really keen on this aspect of design. He's run a little bit of a hog ring around his Infernos, and I think this is really important in air defense right now. So you'll find that the loons will come here, 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 and probably route to here, rather than route to the Inferno, because he's got that little bit of space. And from this side, the loons will run along here. So you see, he's carefully routing the loons, so they will not actually come easily to the Inferno. But the way he's routed them, say if you come from here, and maybe go cannon, AD, mortar, whiz tower, bow. Eventually they might come in here, but you can see they're under really heavy air fire because you've got the Inferno and you've got a whole lot of archer towers covering those ranges. So you can see why it's so effective against air there with the careful way he's routed his loons. See that sort of curve through here and curve through here. Now eventually it'll work its way through, but by that time you've taken a lot of damage and you've probably got still 2 Infernos left and a whole lot of archer towers. So that looks really effective air defense from the north. And he could even as an alternative run that trap which I talked about. Cannon here, run to the mortar, come to here, splash damage, and then it would route through here. So there's different ways of running that type of trap, but the way he's got it probably is pretty effective. In terms of against ground, I've talked about how the troops are going to route along the front because of the zigzag pattern he's got. Same sort of thing here, but you can see that the troops are probably going to run in here. But I can't really see how that works from north, apart from the fact that with the CC it's going to cause a lot of havoc in this section, and the CC will probably engage around here rather than too close to the town hall, so that'll work pretty well. Anyway, a great base going around right now. I really recommend you try running it. My guess is on the placements is he's got a couple of bombs up here. His Telsas, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 with 2 bombs in here. Maybe 4 Telsas in here, 2 wide bombs. Maybe 3 in here, a Telsa and a bomb, I'm not really sure, but something like that along here. That looks a pretty interesting base and definitely worth a run. Good luck with it if you have a try of it. Thanks.